Shoe isn't wearing that jersey. That thing is
Oh, yes.
Mom, Dad's being weird again.
Luscious.
Honey,
So full.
it's just grass.
Oh, it's so much more than just grass. It's a healthier, greener, and more luscious lawn. Yours can be too.
Look at you.
With Kabursky Brothers Lawn Care.
Remember, no shoes on the lawn. Because you're so beautiful.
Call or click today.
Derek, what's the guarantee? Derek?
Mike, time to make history. Players in Circa Million make 5 picks against the spread each week with quarterly and full season payouts.
Circa Survivor entries choose one team each week with no point spread. The last one standing wins it all.
We have $21 million on the line. Are you in? Visit circasports.com for details.
Attention all campers.
Keith Murphy.
What I do have are a very particular set of skills. Skills I've acquired over a very long career.
Andy Fales.
I'm telling you straight, it's my way or the highway.
Powered by AD.
Just a bit outside.
Murph and Andy. Proudly presented by Ramsey Subaru, live and on demand across Iowa everywhere from the Channel Seed Studios. Murph and Andy, connected by cellular advantage.
It is Murph and Andy on a fun Friday. Keith Murphy, Andy Fales, and back, well, not back, but back with us, Andrew Downs, who is backlit on Lake Okoboji.
Yeah, that's right. Here on beautiful Lake Okoboji, having a good time, taking a little break from vacation, so the kids can get out of my way for a little bit. And yeah, I guess it's break from a trip. I've been looking forward to this for like 3 days. Yeah,
just looking forward to a little bit of adult conversation.
It is nice. Yeah, on vacation to have a little time back with your buddies, especially on a Friday, to talk about whatever you've been doing and get back into sports a little bit. I like it. It's cool to
reconnect. It is. It's a nice little break.
Yeah, AD, is it cooler up there at Okoboji? You got 2 shirts on. I mean, it's going to be a scorcher here in Des Moines.
Yeah, I think it is a little cooler. It was real cool yesterday. We were out on the lake and it was raining part of the day, and but no, it's lake life, baby. You roll with it.
All right, roll with it. Hey, let's start with some gratitude today. We reached 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is significant and helps Iowa everywhere in all the different shows in so many ways. And all of you made that possible. So thank you. Sincere thank you. We've reached 15,000 on TikTok, 10,000 on Facebook, and now 10,000 on YouTube. Andy, which you know is becoming the most powerful platform in broadcasting of any kind.
It is, and throughout this year, almost year that we've been on and doing this, we have learned that it is not easy to get YouTube subscribers. It's easy to subscribe on YouTube. It's easy to share a link to subscribe on YouTube, but it is difficult to get, a certain percentage of the population to kind of check into this new form of delivered medium. So it's not just something that everybody from radio just immediately moves over and does, or moves over from TV and does.
Right.
It's a whole new discipline. And, I think that, people that go into this think it's going to be very, very easy. And it takes a lot of legwork. It takes a lot of promotion. It takes a lot of just stopping somebody and be like, oh, yeah, you don't know how to subscribe. Let me show you. So we appreciate it every single time anybody else does this for us to help us out. If you know somebody that's interested in the show, or you think might be interested in the show, or maybe they just tell you, hey, I missed that radio show, grab their phone, go on YouTube for them, subscribe, show them a little bit how to do that. We appreciate that so much, and it goes a long way to just kind of growing our new network, still new network, and ultimately making it better, right? Adding more content.
And there is some confusion out there at times, especially with older people, YouTube TV and YouTube look so similar. Even the apps are almost identical. I mean, I have to stop and pause for a moment, say, okay, which one of these is YouTube TV? Which one is YouTube? They're two different entities, completely different entities. So that's a thing. And then the other part of it is sometimes I'll have somebody say to me like, oh, I saw that, 3,000 people watched your show or took in your show the other day. No, that's just the amount of complete shows completed on the YouTube platform, which is usually about 10% of the total views and downloads across all the platforms you can get this show. I mean, we're usually somewhere between 20 and 30,000 viewers or downloads. The YouTube is just about one share of that. But it's also interesting, if 3 people watch for 20 minutes each, YouTube counts that as one view for that hour. You have to complete the whole time. So that's been interesting too. But our sponsors, thank you sponsors, they love that they can see exactly who's watching, how many people are listening, how old they are, what demographic they are. There's none of the old writing in the diary guesswork. They know exactly who's paying attention to all of our shows.
Yeah, it's so specific. It's almost kind of eerie, right? I mean, the YouTube knows a lot
too much
about
maybe too
you.
much.
Yeah, it does. But that does help sponsors obviously target their audience.
Right. The Guest House Tavern and Oyster in West Des Moines, speaking of sponsors, sets the table for sports and more today, including Michigan Cheats, Iowa Punts, Archie Sobs. That's all coming up from Guest House Tavern and Oyster, where tonight's special is surf and turf.
Surf and turf, yeah. Okay, you ribeyes, top sirloins. You can pair that up with shrimp, lobster, all kinds of crab stuffed shrimp.
I haven't eaten lunch yet, so that is
good. All kinds of stuff. So
all sounding good. Right now, high or low since the last show.
Presented by Wealth Charter Retirement Planning and Tax.
So many messages out there about finances right now and what to do with all of your savings and your retirement accounts. So just go to people that know what they're talking about to get your answers. Go to somebody like Tim Hawkins at Wealth Charter Retirement Planning and Tax. You'll find them at wealthcharterretirement.com, and he'll shoot you straight. I'm going to go high today. I'm done with the state fair for the year. I made 2 trips, but I will point out that. So Ed told everybody, Wednesday is the choice day, and so Samantha Mesa, who is my new co-anchor at Channel 13.
Is this some kind of fashion magazine ad here? Or is this Abercrombie and Fitch?
Well, Doug Sawyer, our promotions director, wanted to get some new promo shots of us out at the state fair. So we're like, well, Ed says Wednesday's the night to go, and boy was he right. It was just absolutely beautiful. It was like 78 degrees, no humidity. It was no clouds in the sky. So we were out there after the 6 o'clock newscast, and so we took some pictures. Are my pants pulled up too high? I'm very worried about that as I get older, because older men they run into that problem. They start pulling their pants up too
Andy,
high.
I'm just realizing you're in this photo.
I know no one else. Yeah, no one realizes. I should point that out. Hey, I'm on the right.
Oh, okay.
Look, fine. Look at Samantha. Yep, Samantha, beautiful. Now look to the right.
She
there I am.
is so much fun. You guys are terrific together. I know you love to report, but I'm telling you, the bosses are going to want more of this team, because you two are great together.
Well, she and I have been friends for a long time, so we have. We have a lot to talk about, and
she's delightful.
She is. She's awesome, and her fiance Chris Gannon is my longtime friend. We've all known Chris for a long time.
Yeah, he's a great dude.
Shooter. Yeah, and so we went out there for the shoot. But anyway, back to my pants.
Yeah, okay. If you insist.
Well, you know what I'm talking about,
yeah,
right?
No, these aren't Dan McCartney coaching
yeah.
shorts. No, no, these aren't pulled up to your nipples. You're fine.
Okay, I just thought maybe they looked
no,
all right. So anyway, but I just, after we were done with that, I started walking around. I was like, oh, I'm going to take this in because this is my last night. But I just want to say this. I got to point this out. This is my favorite booth at the State Fair.
Okay, where is this located? Because we're going to the State Fair today and tomorrow. We picked maybe the 2 hottest days, but that's what the schedule allowed. So A foot long. Where?
It is south of the south of the varied industry. It's over. It's not too far from where we did the Cast Your Colonel booth. It's over not too far from the Bill Riley stage.
Okay, I do know where that is.
Yeah, the north side of Bill Riley stage.
It's called the south part didn't help me at all.
No, I know. This is called Betty's Footlongs. And it's a hot dog place, but it's totally old school. It's this family that's run it for years. Excuse me, their mother started it, and they're just the nicest women, and they put down like this fresh sawdust. And so I go in there, and you'll know that this is a really good deal. You can get a foot-long chili dog for $5, and they haven't changed the price there in like at least 5 years.
Can I get a corn dog there?
No.
Okay.
Regular hot dogs, all kinds of toppings. They've got all other stuff to eat there too, but I go for the chili dogs. I am a chili dog junkie, but you if you see this place and you're like just looking for a good deal, stop
Jenny
for a
already
big
has
hot dog.
targeted the JR South Pork Ranch because she's heard. Jenny was at the fair with all of her people from work yesterday. They did a scavenger hunt, and she said they hear that Connecticut lobster roll is incredible. That's the one that's just like
the cold one. Yeah.
Yeah.
The cold one.
butter.
Yeah.
Andrew, what did we get? We each got a bite of that last Friday.
Yeah.
Did you get
Yes.
a bite? I got a bite, and I think I got a bite of the hot one, which is also wonderful.
Yeah, I got one bite of each, and they were both really good.
And,
yeah, the one has too many. I think they're called capers on it for me.
Oh, I love those.
I want the Connecticut roll. So
Honestly, you seem like a caper guy, Murph, with the pickled eggs and the
you don't like
sauerkraut.
capers? Yeah,
that's weird.
Not on my lobster roll. I don't. I know. Bold move.
Yeah. So they brought up Brooks Reynolds brought up a big spread of stuff, and we had our families there and friends, which is great. We would always rather have the families and friends, but
You're on the air.
The thing you sacrifice is if anybody brings you food, they're going to eat it. And there was hardly any left. We got just a little bite. So fortunately, there are other food options at the Iowa State Fair, as you might have guessed.
That. Yeah.
And I indulged. I had all in all, I had a full-on corn dog and a gyro. God, the gyros out there are great.
You came back complaining of being too full and stomach pains.
Well, because I did back-to-back. I did a full-on corn dog and then the foot-long chili dog. So I had 2 feet of dog. Yeah. I had fried pickles and I had a gizmo. God damn, are those good? Oh, those are so good. I had, the bite of the lobster roll. What were those like deep fried dill dough balls?
Yeah, the party balls.
Well, it was doughy, but it was
balls.
That really came out wrong. They were flavored with dill pickles, but they were dough.
Yeah, they were doughy.
It was like a hush puppy. There you go, Brooks. That's perfect. The dildo balls. For next year, you got a perfect name for that appetizer.
Dough and their balls.
Doesn't that sound appetizing?
No.
Yeah, well, anyway, so I had those, and I had a whole bunch. I pretty much hit all of my favorites. What did I miss? I didn't ever get that Snickerdoodle milkshake.
Ooh. No, Scotcheroo.
Yeah, Scotch.
I'm sorry, Scotcheroo milkshake.
Yeah,
we went and got that. We went and got that after the show, and that was great. We also got those giant donuts. Those were awesome.
Yeah. Another thing that I didn't get a bite of those. They
no, we got like
What was the line?
Where?
For the Scotcheroo shake?
Yeah.
Not bad, because they kind of have it separate, so everybody else is in this line, and then if you want the Scotcheroo shake, you buy it, and then you walk just next to the stand, and they're just kind of churning them out over there. So it was pretty quick for the Scotcheroo shake.
I'm going high this day too, and it's just a career.
Wait, I wasn't finished.
There's more?
Well, just let me finish, all right? So, and then I was leaving, and as we're leaving with Doug and everybody, we see the bus. Look at that! Everybody see this?
I love how you look like something's really bugging you.
Well, we were posing for those album covers.
Yeah, but you're on brand here. This is it. What's bugging Andy? Looks like he's got a real bug up his ass.
Major butt chin. Well, I got a butt chin. Wouldn't that piss you off? So yeah, we saw this. This is on the side, and then I capped it all off on Wednesday night. One of my best friends from college, Ken Pataki, was in town on business from Chicago, And he called me up. He's like, hey, I'm coming to Des Moines. You go out for some beers afterwards. So he and I went over to Bartender's Handshake and sat down and had a couple of drinks. Had to drink them kind of quick.
You learned, Ken learned that Cooney's is now closed at midnight on Thursday.
He was very bummed out about that. But it feels so great to reconnect with an old friend. And he's in business. He's in town in business like every couple of years. And we just have to sit down and just talk. You like catch up on everything. And he's not on any social media or anything. There's no way to keep up with him other than seeing him face to face. It's probably the way it should be. But it was so great to see him. And I just, it's like, it's so weird when you're in college. You're in college for 4 years, for give or take. And yet those are such important years in your life that it tends to be where the people that you loved and really good friends with in college, you can go the rest of your life and hardly ever see them. But when you get back together, you just fit right back together.
That's right. You just fall right back into that rhythm of conversation that you had in college.
And you're like, why can't you live here? I know. But so anyway, it was a really great night and the beautiful weather and everything like that. So now I'm done.
Hey, guess the subject of my high.
Janae leaving?
Well, not Janae leaving. That wouldn't be nice. Like, my high is Janae leaving. No, I want to frame it into a high just because I appreciate her as so many people do, and I know you do, Andy. Yeah. Just 20 years, as some people put it yesterday, we kind of all grew up together, even though, I'm older than some of the people who grew up during those 2 decades that Janae was there. But she's just one of those people. Every day when I saw her, it made me a little happier. She was always in a good mood. She was always pleasant to talk to. She always had a smile. She just, when you have someone that you see at work that you always look forward to seeing, that's a blessing. And of course, she also did good work and was a good journalist, storyteller, anchor, all of that. And I don't think she knows what she's doing next. She wants to get out of the night, spend more time with her husband, Harley.
She's got a job. Yeah, she's
going
over to Athene. Yeah, she's...
as I was saying, she already has something lined up. Yeah. She's headed over to Athene.
There was a long line of places that wanted to hire Janae, and
I'm sure.
Yeah, I agree with everything that you said. And it's been 20. I don't remember working there without Janae. So as you said, she has not aged at all. It's spooky. I mean, we had this the pictures going up on the big screen behind her at her going away party on yesterday, and we all were aging in like dog years.
Oh, I know. We have an example of that we showed last night. This is this is Janae and I.
Yeah, when she first started, right?
It was 20 years ago.
Right, and this was her last day.
Yep, this is Janae and I this year, and I don't see any difference in Janae there. Do you, AD? Go back and forth again if you can. I think she looks almost exactly the same.
I think the hair length has changed just a little bit, maybe.
Has it?
Yeah, just a little bit.
And what about me?
Your hair length has changed a lot.
Yeah. Now, if you go back to the black hair there, I'm trying to hang on here. Andy, look how far back that power alley is.
The power alleys are deep. Yeah, right.
Yeah, because my hair hasn't actually receded much from this. It's just I used to try so hard to not show that I was balding.
Yeah, you pulled the curtains to the sides at this point.
Is like the Mike Krzyzewski cut here.
It is kind of a Mike Krzyzewski look.
That's a bad cut. I think it actually looks better, just cut really short. As it is now. Janae's looks the same.
Aaron went around. Kieran came in and kind of went around with a camera and was asking everybody to give memories and thoughts about Janae. And it put me on the spot. And I did not give a good answer, but I was trying to think of what I value the most about Janae. And I think I would sum it up like this. I sat next to her, across from her for so long. It was almost like it was like just a natural reflex to anytime something was going on in the newsroom, I would turn to Janae or she would turn to me and we'd make eye contact. And Janae was so on my wavelength, or just on the wavelength that I wanted to be on, that I almost would look to her to get her reaction before I would react to something going on, or a story, or in a meeting or whatever. And I just always felt like, she we thought that the same things were good. We thought that the same things were stupid, and you just sort of like, I knew that she was like a compass, right? I mean, if you weren't sure how you felt about something, or how something would play, or what was right and wrong when you're reporting that, you would bounce it off Janae, get her reaction, and then it would help you set your compass, because she was so smart, is so smart and grounded and considerate, and just not somebody that throws out empty compliments, not someone who's dragged down just in a sour mood and is poo-pooing everything. She's just somebody that's just really consistent, and she always has, her bar is always set at the same level, right? You clear it, that's good. You don't clear it, something's wrong, right? So you could always set your compass to Janae.
Yeah. Well put. Well put. So much success at a theme. I'm
going to miss her.
Ready to break that news. Yeah, I'll miss her too. She's not, didn't die, and she's not moving, so she can still be in our lives, but I'll miss seeing her on a daily basis. Let's get the buzz here on the Murph and Andy Show.
The Buzz. Brought to you by Logier Heating and Cooling.
Logier Heating and Cooling, working overtime today for anybody who needs it, because
a lot of emergency calls. They're kind of like it's a plumber situation for them.
It is
like a plumber the day
today.
after Thanksgiving.
It's going to be hot today, but then Ed says dangerously hot tomorrow, and still be hot Sunday. But tomorrow is the danger day. The NCAA has released all of its findings on the Michigan football sign stealing scandal. The bottom line conclusion, it's a lengthy report, but I think the bottom line is Michigan cheated. I mean, Michigan did steal signs. It was something going on. Now, the extent of the cheating, well, that's unknown due to withholding and destroying information. That's what the report says. We can't really come to a conclusion of how widespread the cheating was or how much it helped Michigan win football games, because some people, like Jim Harbaugh, withheld information, and some people just destroyed text messages and other things that could have helped them come to more clarity over what happened. So the series of fines could eclipse $30 million, which is a lot of money, but probably not something that makes much of an impact on Michigan football. The Wolverines did avoid penalties like postseason ban or vacating of victories, which always kind of rings hollow, the vacating of victories anyway. I think you can make a case for stripping the national championship from 2023, but the vacating of victories, that's kind of always hollow. The NCAA also imposed an additional game suspension for Coach Sharon Moore, which will be served the first game of the 2026 season. He's serving a 2-game suspension in the upcoming season. He also received a 2-year show cause penalty, which means anytime you would go to get another job, you would have to show cause to the NCAA about why you should be considered. There are 8-year show cause penalties for Connor Stallions, who is at the heart of this scandal, and it was confirmed that was him in disguise on the Central Michigan sideline. That's confirmed in this report. And there's a 10-year show cause penalty for Jim Harbaugh, who is not coming back
in
to
college football.
College football. Right. Anyway, so Andy, that's all of it. I think you can conclude Michigan did cheat. We don't know how much it helped.
We don't, and I'm sure this is a really big deal in Ohio.
Yes.
For the rest of us, this is just another chapter in the playbook of what to do when you know you are guilty of a heinous crime, like heinous in quotes.
Sports terms.
Bad crime. Well, really anything. It doesn't matter. I mean, it could be a terrible crime, truly terrible crime. If you're guilty and you know you're guilty and you don't feel like you've really got any options, then what you do is you try to run out the clock, right? You try to string this out as long as possible. file 1 million appeals, 1 million different lawsuits. You try to extend the period of time that it takes to deliver your final judgment as much as possible.
Hire good lawyers.
Hire really good lawyers, dump a ton of money into lawyers, and then rest relatively assured that the general public will, if they don't forget about it altogether, they will at least have moved on to things more recent or more important or more central to their lives since then. And then they look back on you and this crime, which might have been terrible at the time, and they might have had a strong reaction to it at the time, but they will have become numb to that. They will have forgotten about many of the details, and they will not judge you nearly as harshly. And that's, we have learned that is how you do it when you have really no other defense. And that's still a good defense. I mean, the court of public opinion, that's a major judgment. And if it were to rule like right after this came out and they were able to process all this information relatively quickly, then I'm sure everybody would still would feel, because people were hard on Michigan at first when this came down. I mean, the memes and the talk, and I mean, they were killing Jim Harbaugh over this thing.
And he just went with the plausible deniability angle the whole time. I didn't know anything about any of this.
Right, which is what the leader does. I didn't, and then you just turn it over to the lawyers and let this kind of thing happen. I didn't even remember that dude's name. What, Connor Stallions?
Stallions, like the Italian stallion, but plural.
I
Connor
forgot
Stallions.
that dude's name. He was like a headline man when this first came out.
Big story for a while. AD, I believe the Big Ten championship game that season was against Iowa, correct?
There was,
okay,
yeah.
So, knowing now that the NCAA has concluded Michigan was stealing signs, was cheating, what impact does it have on you as a fan?
Not much, other than like fuck Michigan, right? I mean, it's I'm not surprised. I'm glad that they did this. I don't know what you do. I don't think the $30 million hurts them. I don't think vacating victories hurts them. Iowa wasn't a very good team that year. I feel like if Iowa was like this great team that missed out on some great opportunity because they lost a close game to that Michigan team, I'd be hurt. That was not a very good Iowa team representing the Big Ten West, and they got smoked by that Michigan team, cheating or no. So it doesn't do much to me as an Iowa fan, but like some of the commenters say, it sucks that Jim Harbaugh could just go to the NFL and be scotch-free with this thing. It's just, it's there's no justice here, and that sucks.
It does, because that's the great unknown. This was a fantastic football team. So does Michigan win all those games without the cheating? Maybe. I mean, that was a good team full of talented players and a really good coach, but we don't know. Let's get a quickie poll from WCI Pools and Spas in Ames and Urbandale.
How much does Michigan's confirmed sign stealing taint Wolverines national championship? It completely taints it. Taints it a little, or doesn't taint it at all?
What a split here.
Wow.
We've got a three-way split. It's at minimum some to me. I think you can make the case completely. I mean, how do you feel about the Astros? Do you think the Astros should have had their World Series title stripped?
Yes.
If you do, then you can make a case for Michigan having its championship stripped, because in both cases, they were doing a heightened version of what is allowed. In Major League Baseball, you can steal signs, and teams try to do it all the time. But you can't use electronics or some signal into the dugout where somebody bangs on a garbage can to tell you that a fastball or a curveball is coming. You can't do that. That's way too much, and they did it for a long time. And Major League Baseball knows they did it, and they did not strip the championship, and they didn't punish the players, which was a mistake too. So how do you feel about that? I think these are similar.
This is alarming right here, right? I mean, this is a case, and this is exactly what I was talking about here. I mean, we get this far away from this, and look how many people don't care that much about this.
35% say it does not taint the championship.
Well, 35% say none, and 32% say only some. So that's more than half. That's 66% of people who do not think that this just ruins Michigan, that Michigan season. Now, if this is in Ohio or we're talking about, Nebraska or something here, things are different, but sentiment is different. But I think once you get out, we know this about sports. Once you get out of that, heated rivalry and into more objective land, opinions, they change.
If you ever have to wonder about fandom, this would be something that could show you the way it is. Because if you find 10 Ohio State fans and ask them if this taints Michigan's championship, how much, they will all say
10 out of 10.
Completely, 10 out of 10. And if you find 10 Michigan football fans, and we undoubtedly have some listening or watching right now, and ask them, they'll say none, that this had nothing to do with the championship, that Stallions was acting independent of anybody else's instructions, and they didn't benefit from the sign stealing he was attempting in any way. It's fandom, and it's always predictable. And if you flipped it over and this was all happening to Ohio State, Michigan fans would say, this completely taints Ohio State's championship. We know this. We see it all the time with the Cyhawk.
We do, and it doesn't make those fans wrong just because they're, so subjective. It doesn't make us right for being, in the middle. I mean, this is bad. We just don't care about it as much anymore. I mean, we just don't care about it as much. It doesn't mean that we are in a position right now where we are better suited to deliver the judgment. I mean, you should care about this kind of thing. We should care about this kind of thing. This is integrity in one of the sports that we care about the most. We should care about this a lot. But as you know, you can't just force somebody to care about something. It has to strum an inner chord with them. I mean, you just can't be like, would you be passionate? And then someone's passionate. I mean, it just doesn't work that way.
And
so,
none of these punishments really hurt Michigan football that much. I know $30 million is a lot, but this is Michigan. They can get that money.
They'll have
quickly.
Somebody step up and probably float that whole tab or whatever. But
the suspensions for the coach for a few games, they can navigate games without their head coach.
You're never going to get like a yes or no answer out of Michigan fans when you ask them questions about this, because first of all, they know much more about the situation than we do, and point out all of these little nuances, Well, actually that was only the Central Michigan game, and we didn't need that anyway. What they've got a million excuses, and they've all rehearsed them. They've had years to rehearse them.
They have.
And really, you could really make a strong argument. You give somebody enough time, and they can make an argument that the sun is not rising in the east. I mean, they will come up with some kind of argument for something that seems totally indefensible or completely one-sided when you first hear about it. But I don't know. I mean, this is sports. This is the way that this happens. And honestly, my first reaction when you started bringing this up, it has become so predictable. My first reaction was, oh, there are still some rules in college football, right? I mean, isn't that the way it is now in college sports?
They got caught? Oh, geez, okay. Didn't expect that.
You forget where there are still rules.
Yeah, and punishment, I don't even know that it makes sense to punish the current players. The NCAA said it does not make sense, but that's always one of those things. Does it make sense to punish the current coaches who had nothing to do with it, the current players who had nothing to do with it, the fans who had nothing to do with it? Who knows? Interact on YouTube. On X, it's Murph_Andy. The email is Murph_Andy@iowaeverywhere.com, and it is all powered by the cellular advantage. U.S. Cellular has merged with T-Mobile, and you can get the best of both worlds with the cellular advantage, because now you can have the number one ranked service in the state of Iowa, which is U.S. Cellular, and the number one ranked service in the United States and international travel, which is T-Mobile. If you go cellular advantage, you get all of those now. So that's pretty cool.
I was at Jordan Creek Mall the other day, and I was thinking about this, and there is the U.S. Cellular store down on the first floor, and then right above it on the other side of the hallway is the T-Mobile store.
Oh, they need a staircase.
They need a spiral staircase now. They can put them on the same size. But I was thinking, like before this happened, Did they ever used to like rumble in the hallway?
Anchorman style?
Jets and the Sharks come out snapping.
Yeah.
Size each other up. And then just battle royale there in the food court.
And now,
between them,
like two rivals that merge into a consolidated high school.
It's all good.
Now they suddenly just have to get along.
Yeah, right.
Wear
Now,
the same
well, they can
shirts.
focus in on Verizon's right down the hall.
Yeah,
so
rumble
they can,
with Verizon, I guess.
Point both lasers on that.
Some other hot topics today. The AP has released its all-century football team to celebrate 100 years of AP coverage of college football. There are 2 players from Iowa colleges. There are no Cyclones or Drake Bulldogs, because Drake, we remind you, has had some great players back before they went non-scholarship, like Johnny Bright comes to mind. There are no Panthers. There are 2 Hawkeyes, and they are both punters. I mean, you can't make it up. It's right on brand. Tory Taylor is the all-century team first-team punter. I mean, that, Andy, this means the 12 AP voters involved in this project that they took really seriously say that Tory Taylor is the best punter in the history of college football.
Which sounds too strong to me, and there's been so many punters. But then I start thinking about it, and I don't remember any that were better than him, and I absolutely remember how good he was. He was so good that there were many games where you could make a very educated, legitimate argument that he was their most valuable player.
You did after Iowa won at Iowa State one year. Your commentary on Sound Off was that Tory Taylor was the difference in the game.
And because it wasn't just Tory Taylor, it was Tory Taylor paired with that defense.
Mm-hmm.
And the Hawkeyes of the Tory Taylor years, and to only a slightly lesser extent the other punters who were around him, because Iowa's had a number of good punters, but
sure,
Tory Taylor clearly the best.
About to get to one in a moment.
Yeah, but I mean, during the Ferentz era, I'm talking about where, a booming kick perfectly placed inside the 20 or inside the 10 and downed right there, and then you turn it over to the Hawkeye defense, especially at Kinnick. I mean, that is a weapon. You from the end of your first possession really to the end of the half. I mean, the Hawkeyes had a chance of just sticking the opponent in just a shitty situation that they couldn't get out of because they couldn't move the ball on the Iowa defense. They'd have to kick out of their deep in their own end zone. They'd have to punt. And then something could go wrong there, or the Hawkeyes could get the ball back, and they could take a chance on third down because they knew they had Tory Taylor. They could play a conservative on third down because they had Tory Taylor. I have never seen, in a lifetime of watching football, I have never seen a punter used as a weapon more effectively than the Hawkeyes did with Tory Taylor. It was really amazing. It was a part of the game that I don't think most people think about or have had a chance to appreciate. But when he was here, it was a clinic. And how important that could be.
And you combine it with Iowa struggling on offense sometimes, and as you said, combining with that great defense, it made him even more of a weapon. He would have been effective anywhere, but you probably have the perfect pairing here for him to be the all-century first-team punter, because you have him on a team that maximizes the things that he does great. And I think the difference you hit on, it was the pinning the other team inside the 10, inside the 5. He did that repeatedly. And he did it sometimes with that backwards Australian rules football type kick that he perfected, and many of the other kickers there have.
And Cooper DeJean going down and getting those balls was
time and time again.
It's crazy because if the defense sucks and he's just still kicking 70-yard punts or whatever, it doesn't make nearly the impact. He probably doesn't win this award.
The all-century team's second-team punter, also a Hawkeye, Reggie Roby. This is fun because, you already have the punting is winning type T-shirts, and these are the only 2 players from an Iowa college on the all-century team. They're both punters. We talked about Reggie Roby a week or two ago here on the show, so we won't go back over that same ground, but he was fantastic, and he was so fun to watch as a pro as well. And I think the big thing that people remember about him is his left foot didn't leave the turf, and his right foot somehow ends up doing like a standing split, and he's wearing that stopwatch, and he would time his punts.
So when is he? He must have been early in the Hayden Fry era, then, right?
Boy,
because he was early '80s in the NFL, or early '80s.
Yeah, he would be
mid '80s, probably. He played a long time in the NFL.
I feel like he was early '80s at Iowa, but
when did Hayden Fry come in? 78, 79.
Yeah, that's right. 78. He was, he got drafted in 83.
Okay, so early 80s. Yeah. Early, man, he was great. So Andy, AD as well, but I know some of this all-century stuff is I think it's interesting to a lot of people. But so Notre Dame has the most AP All-Americans ever with 85. Alabama has 83. Ohio State 79. USC 77. Oklahoma 75. Then Texas, Michigan, Nebraska, Miami, Florida State. So, I mean, those are the blue bloods of college football there. And really, the only one that's fallen off is Nebraska. Florida State to some extent. Well, Miami had 10 wins last year before losing the Pop-Tarts Bowl to Iowa State.
They're not what they were. Yeah.
No,
Miami.
they're not what they were. Oklahoma had the most AP All-Americans in the past 4 decades. And then I wanted to get to just some of the names on the first team, because my first thought as I looked at this and I saw there were 2 Hawkeyes, my first thought is, okay, were there any Cyclones? And then my thought is the only possibility here is Troy Davis, because he should have won the Heisman Trophy one year and finished second, but he was the first to go back-to-back 2,000-yard seasons. And then I looked at the first team running backs and thought, well,
not a chance.
There's room for Troy Davis there. Barry Sanders and Herschel Walker. Herschel Walker is the greatest college football player I've ever seen, and Barry Sanders is right there with it. So then I thought, well, let me check the second team offense. Maybe Troy Davis is there. No. Archie Griffin, 2-time Heisman Trophy winner, and Tony Dorsett, who some of you aren't old enough to realize how great he was at Pitt. So those are your running backs. The first team quarterback, AD, you want to take a guess at the AP All-Century, that's 100 years, first team quarterback?
Tim Tebow.
It is Tim Tebow. And I think that I think you can make that case. He was not a good NFL quarterback, but he was great in college. Probably should have won the Heisman.
Ran an old college offense that probably wouldn't be run today.
Receivers on the first team, Randy Moss, Larry Fitzgerald.
Wow.
Tight end, Brock Bowers from Georgia. That's just 2 years ago. The kicker, Sebastian Janikowski at Florida State. So he's paired with Torrey Taylor. The ends, looking at the defense, Hugh Green, Randy White.
Yeah, they were
cornerbacks, Charles Woodson and Deion Sanders. Safeties,
Jesus.
Ronnie Lott and Ed Reed.
Bunch of guys that were made great pros as well, right? Yeah, all those D-backs, made great pros.
Yeah, your all-century wide receivers, second team, Devontae Smith and Desmond Howard. Jeez. Tight end, Keith Jackson at Oklahoma. And second team quarterback, anybody want to take a shot at the second team all-century quarterback?
Is it like somebody from BYU?
Nope.
Ty Detmer or something?
Vince Young.
It is Vince Young. Good
Wow.
pull, AD. He would, much like
college
Tebow,
quarterback.
just great in college. Martin Gramatica, the second team kicker, all-purpose. Tim Brown.
Jeez,
Yeah, so there you go. First team all-century by conference. The Big Ten had more than the SEC, 7-5.
Boom.
How many Big 12? One Big 12 on the all-century.
Yeah, but a bunch of Oklahoma and Texas guys who played in the Big 12.
One Big 12 guy on the all-century first team. Just
like Vince Young.
Oh, would that? Well, Vince Young was
He's
second
an
team.
SEC. Oh, yeah.
First team by conference. I think that the Big 12 would be the
Barry
one
Sanders,
Big 12 would be Barry Sanders, right, from Oklahoma
Barry
State.
Sanders is. Go back and look at his 1988 season, his junior year at Oklahoma State, his final year.
It's amazing.
2,600 yards, averaged 7.6 yards a carry.
Yeah, took himself out of some games.
37 touchdowns. He had like multiple 300-yard games, a whole bunch of 200-yard. I think his like lowest game was like 150-something yards.
Yeah, he went for 280 or so and 4 touchdowns against Iowa State that season.
He was Barry Sanders.
Yeah.
Multiplied by 2 because it's college. He's no bigger, no stronger. I mean, he's just the little fire plug that looked like he was in a video game and everybody else was walking around in rubber boots and mud.
Great.
Yeah.
Nebraska punter Archie Wilson, much like Tory Taylor, came to the Midwest from Australia, and like Tory Taylor, he was a long ways from home and his family. We got to know Tory Taylor's family a little bit, knew how close they were. Well, this week, Archie Wilson melted some hearts when he was asked about being so far from home.
I turn 19 tomorrow, so I'm 18 right now.
So what's it like being first time you're away from them?
Yeah, that part's hard. I mean, I'm sorry. Yeah, I love them a lot. Yeah, I got 2 little brothers and a mum and dad, and yeah, that's the tough part about being here. I love them a lot and I miss them, but it's I mean, they know this is what's best for me, and it's good. I can still talk to them plenty over the phone, and they're coming here to see the first few games, so I'm looking forward to that.
I know exactly how he feels. I mean, I was stuck in Nebraska covering the NCAA tournament a couple years ago, away from my friends and family, and you're in Nebraska.
Andy.
I mean, the poor guy. I get it. I mean, we all get it, right? You've had a weekend in Nebraska that lasted a day or 2 longer than you thought.
Went over to Omaha and just got homesick.
That's just, he's not even in Omaha. He's in Lincoln.
He's in Lincoln.
Poor guy, the poor bastard. Jeez.
Yeah, that got me though. Man, that really got me. It's a reminder these are young men, many of them. He just turned 19 this week, but just being so far from home, because I was that homesick kid even into my teens. Man, I was away from my parents. I would get really homesick. And just to see that, I was relieved to hear they're coming to some games, just like Tory Taylor's family did, because that is tough. But man, he's got a lot of people that want to give him a big hug now. That was a nice moment.
I mean, you understand, right? I mean, look at that poor guy.
Yeah,
imagine that. Can you imagine
being in Nebraska?
Yeah, he's stuck. Yeah, he's there. He's in Lincoln.
Beyond a visit.
Yeah,
just there to live.
Yeah, the guy lives in Australia. And
he told his friend, "Hey, I'm going to America. I'm going to go to big college. I'm going to be a college football player in America."
They're like, Los Angeles or Miami or something.
He lands in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Lincoln? Yeah, that's.
Oh yeah,
the
it
humanity.
probably is an adjustment. Northern Illinois football coach Tommy Hammock had some strong thoughts on NIL and the transfer portal. He thinks that too many young men don't stick it out.
To be honest with you, I love the challenge. It don't bother me one bit, because you know what? In life, you're going to make decisions, right? Sometimes it's going to work in your favor and sometimes it's not. I told our team the other day, we lost all these guys. Let's see who plays. So it's all good when people put it on Twitter, hey, all glory to God, I'm going in the transfer portal. Let's see if they play. How many of those guys going to play or travel or get snaps? I was going to tweet something the other day, a picture of me, and say, you know what? I enjoyed my college experience. I didn't get one dime, but the lessons I learned was more valuable than any money you can ever pay me. And I appreciate that, because that is long term. People are losing the fact that this is short term. I coached in the National Football League for 5 years. 5 years, right? Don't lose focus of what the long term. Get your degree, learn valuable lessons that's going to help you in the long term of your life. That's the whole purpose. This is a transition from being a kid to a grown-up. And I hope people don't lose focus of that. Everybody's talking about everything else besides what is the most important thing for going to college. Because if you're going to college to go get a couple dollars, you might as well go get a job. This is too hard to go get a couple dollars. Learn the lessons that you need to learn to be successful in life for the next 40 to 50 years of your life. I would do it again for free, because of the things I learned. That's why I'm standing here today, because of what I learned in college, not because of how much somebody gave me. That's what I would tell people. And parents, they need to learn that lesson too. Stop trying to live through your kids. Go teach your kids what are the things they need to learn to be successful. That's what I'm telling my kids. I don't care about no NIL, no revenue share. I can care less. You need to learn things in college to get you prepared for life, to be a father, a husband, to work, everything else. Those are the most important things.
I agree with everything he said. I think it's a little more nuanced than that, because he didn't have the option to go and make this money, and you can still get your degree and learn lessons and still make money by transferring or taking the best financial offer you have. I do agree with everything he said, and I think it needed to be said. But I also wonder, when another college comes and offers him quadruple the salary, is he going to stay at Northern Illinois out of principle?
Well, he's got his degree. He's not really talking about that. He's talking about
no,
college
I know, but he's saying, like, don't do it for the money. You know, everything he said, I think most of us agree with. There are cases out there where you understand somebody trying to make a better life, not just
and
for
you can,
him or herself,
you can
their family.
Have a really valuable life experience moving around, experiencing different colleges and different teams. And the lessons that somebody learns doing it that way may be just as invaluable as the lessons that he learned staying in one place the whole time that he was in college. But I guess when I was listening to that, the thing that struck me the most was, this is a perfect example of something that sounds completely different when you listen to him say it like live, as opposed to what it would sound like or what it would feel like if you read his words on text. You know, if this
passion.
is well, it's not just the passion, but like you hear his voice explain things, right? Just through the tones and the inflections. If somebody writes a news story of this and types it up and you read it, I think it just sounds like sour grapes. It sounds like somebody that, is envious of these players, and he's coaching at a small school where all these players are leaving all the time, and he's got the shit end of the stick and he didn't like it. So that's what it sounds. But when you hear him say this, you understand it better.
It's a good point. You hear the sincerity.
Yeah. This is why from time to time, and I'm not a PR expert, but we see this all the time. This is why it is so valuable at times to not just release a statement, to stand up and give a statement, or take questions. I mean, where you represent represent yourself in person, right? Not just represent yourself in person, but represent your point of view in person. It can be, I'm sure it's not in all cases, but it can be much more powerful and much more explanatory, I think. I mean, you understand him better, I think, listening to him deliver those words than you would if you just read them. So, I just think that's a good example of a time where, if you feel that way and you've got something to say, and I thought he said it pretty well, he didn't really ramble too much, you should get up and say it live like that. I mean, you should say it. Don't just type it out.
He said a lot in 2 minutes too, because some of the points he made, and they're good points, that parents need to stop living through their kids. We see that a lot, and it's It usually
Hard to
ends
do.
badly. It is hard to do, but yeah, a lot of people do that. It just some of the lessons you learn are when it didn't come easily, and you do stick it out. You don't just go somewhere else or quit the team or look for a better situation. You stay with it and you grind like Tom Brady did.
Just a really good point that he brings up there. Like, how many of these guys are going to play? You know, is playing
that's
what's
a good
important
point,
to
too.
you in college football? I mean, it should be, because that's really the whole reason you're in it from the beginning, right? And he's like, yeah, if you want to just make money, just go get a job.
Yeah, and
You
we
wanna
know a bunch
play.
of players go into the portal that are never picked up by anybody. They get bad information, sometimes from relatives or agents who tell them, "Oh, you should go. You got to get out of there and go somewhere else. You're in demand," and then they're not.
I mean, you wonder, like somebody like Joe Yesufu, who leaves Drake, and clearly he had some amazing experiences and went to Kansas and they won a national title, but he didn't play very much, and he's moved around a bunch of times since then, and wonder what, when it's all said and done with, and he's 40 and he's looking back on his college experience. I mean, he's got some mementos, right? That
Made some money.
Are priceless. He's made some money. I'm sure the money goes quickly, especially when you're earning it at that age.
Would have with me.
Yeah, but I mean, what does he feel like when he's 40 and he looks back on it?
His most memorable year will be the year he played with Drake and had that epic poster dunk.
Maybe
in the NCAA
I want to believe
tournament.
it will be. Maybe it will.
Grimaldi's fan photo winner of a $50 gift card goes to Ben Kleinfelter. Way to go, Ben. As we wrap up the Iowa State Fair, here's Ben with his family taking.
Is that of the Polk County Kleinfelters?
AD, can you
believe so? Yeah.
Confirm if that's the Polk County Kleinfelters?
It certainly is. Yes.
Okay. Ben says he loves the show. Keep up the great work. He's headed to West Des Moines to grub on some Grimaldi's pizza. So congratulations, Kleinfelters. We think of the Polk County Kleinfelters. Andy, you love this kind of stuff. This is before our time, but here's the most iconic song from each year of the 1960s.
And life is like a song. And darling, stand by me. Love me do. Oh, love me do. I wanna hold your hand. I wanna hold your hand. My own was Taylor. I've got so much honey, the bees and if I look hard enough into the setting sun, ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low. Hey Jude, don't let me down. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun.
Damn, that's a good decade. Those are some bangers.
Only one of them will be coming to Des Moines.
That's right. That is right. AD, you must have really enjoyed that. That was a lot of Beatles.
Honestly, when they did two back to back, I was like, "Ooh, the rest of this decade might
It's
be
all gonna
Beatles."
be Beatles.
But,
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
You probably could have.
Probably could have.
There are some classic songs in that decade. I mean, I think everyone, even younger people, probably know all those songs. I certainly knew all of them.
You've heard it in a soundtrack or in a commercial or certainly everywhere else. Jeez, those are all timers.
State Fair tonight. Hank Williams Jr. Now, I'll be at the fair today and tomorrow. Tonight, I hope to overhear this as I'm walking around. Yeah, just come out and play that.
You remember?
I know that's based on All My Rowdy Friends, but that is great. They never have made a better Monday night or Sunday night football song.
Have you ever seen Chris Farley? Did you ever see Chris
Yes.
Farley do him on Saturday Night Live?
He's just swigging
Call
Jack
me Bo
Daniels.
Cephas. Yeah. Just
it's so great.
Fat pouring over his belt and keeps pulling his pants up. Oh my God, that's so
And
funny.
he's in the studio like, let's do another one. And
Call me Bo Cephas.
Oh my gosh, it's great. They called him No-Show Hank for a long time, but hopefully he does show. I'm sure he will show. Now tomorrow night it's T-Pain. That's quite a
All right.
Yeah, T-Pain.
It's not T-Pain. Like T'Pow.
Somebody will
the
say
80s
that.
singer. Yeah,
We already had a poor station in Georgia identify Falcons quarterback Michael Penix as Michael Penis Jr.
You knew that. Well, I mean, there's no way that hasn't happened to him before.
Man, did that get some attention.
The Penix family.
Just that one letter. Just one off.
They got thick skin.
Skin. Time for Throwdowns.
Throwdowns. It's Throwdowns. Backed by Heartland Tire and Auto.
Heartland Tire and Auto, treating you like family in Ankeny, Waukee, Knoxville, Boone, and Creston, an authorized dealer of both Firestone and Bridgestone tires. Murph, we are a week away from the eve of Iowa State's season opener against Kansas State. Back in 2021, Iowa opened the season with a top 20 conference game against Indiana. Are you a fan of important games starting off the season, or do you like to ease in with an FCS opponent?
I am a big fan of important games starting off the season. This is awesome. I mean, are you excited about the Albany Great Danes coming to Kinnick Stadium? This is great. This is Hawkeye fans are going to watch this game because it's a top 25 game. There's a lot of importance attached to it. Yes, I love it.
I'm a fan of this, no doubt. I mean, I will stipulate, though, I mean, you still now have to double back and do the shitty games, right? I mean, It's not like you're jumping right into the good games and there's going to be nothing but good games. You still got to go pay that toll.
And then play South Dakota the next week.
Yeah, that's what those games are. They are a toll on fans for the real college football season that they've been waiting and are paying to see. It's a toll, and you still have to do that. I do like having something other than just like the return of tailgating to look forward to.
Yes, absolutely. Andy, one of the best things baseball does is when a big time closer comes in, the lighting cues, the music, they really do it up well. On his podcast, Bill Simmons said he'd like to see the same thing for field goal kickers in the NFL. Are you in favor of this? Maybe only in like the fourth quarter. You wouldn't want it, the first drive, but like fourth quarter, tie game, field goal kicker comes in to kick a 50-yarder.
I feel like I
music
usually
goes.
Agree with Bill Simmons. I don't think of those situations as being the same or even really similar. So, and I don't think of a kicker as being someone that is. I mean, especially like a big time closer. I can see this. If it's just, do they only do this for closers? I guess I haven't noticed this in more.
They do it for like the big name closers. They don't really do it for middle relievers.
If your team's just gas throwing lights out ninth inning closers coming out, I can see it. If it's the sixth inning these days and it's just some guy to pitch to lefties, then you can't do this. But I mean, this is what you can do now that you have the lighting systems, like the Musco lighting systems that we have everywhere. Is you could just flip all the lights off, have that moment, and just flip them all right back on. They don't have to warm up or cool off or anything like that. They're just instant.
They're not going to improve on Enter Sandman, even though Narco comes close there. That's pretty good. No, this is not a good idea. They already do all this before the game.
I like this. This is really funny. Gus says Iowa could do it for the punter.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, hey, all century, baby.
All right, Murph, we spent yesterday on a boat on Lake Okoboji. Nice. When you're on the boat, do you prefer to drive or relax and ride?
What would you guess?
Relax and ride.
Yes, absolutely. Not even close for me.
Yeah, absolutely. And usually the guy driving the boat is like a real boat guy. Right, he's real into the boat, and stuff goes wrong on boats, and you don't want to be the person responsible for that kind of thing. So no, I'm fine with driving, but I would, if I got the choice, I'm riding every single time.
Yeah, water got a little choppy at times yesterday, and I have a bunch of kids in the boat, and I have to be the driver even because nobody's a boat guy. So I'm like all anxious about it and like trying to figure out how to turn into the waves and that sort of thing. But I'm not a boat guy.
Pontoon boat?
Yeah, we had a pontoon boat.
Yeah. Those are nice. Those are nice.
They are.
But yeah, you
It's
don't
just
get
a
to relax when
floating,
you're driving the boat.
like a floating drinking platform is what those are. But they're like the most practical boats. I mean, think about it. That's probably what you want to do. And some of those pontoon boats, man, those things are like over $100,000. They're like a really, really nice, huge motor. You could ski behind them, do whatever. And they've got coolers, probably have a refrigerator in them now. They're awesome.
Andy, have you seen the pontoon boats you can now buy that are shaped like NFL football helmets?
No.
AD, if you can, do a search for pontoon boat.
Is there
NFL
one of those up in
helmet.
Clear Lake?
Haven't seen one yet, but Jenny saw these and put it out there to the kids, like, who wants to go in, on collectively buying this? And they were all like, yeah, look at that. So it's like a helmet, but you got a TV back there.
You're a pretty damn big fan. Yeah, that is sweet. With that,
pretty
you got
cool.
you got a little bar. What is that?
Look at that, man. That'd be awesome.
Oh yeah.
Put that up on Lake Minnetonka.
Yeah,
that Vikings helmet.
I can totally see that floating.
It looks
around.
actually maybe a little smaller than your average pontoon boat. I don't know, but that looks like fun. Now, one of the problems is how much lake time do you get in the NFL season around here? Maybe you get some October lake time.
Those are for the fans that are just thinking about it all the time.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's true. You could be in it at any point. Confluence is the official beer of Murph and Andy, and Confluence is available at the craft beer tent at the Iowa State Fair, and it's available here in my office.
It's available in my refrigerator down in the kitchen, where
look at that.
there's got to be
That's an
my
IPA.
wife or kid down there, somebody listening to the show.
Anybody
I would
listening?
love to
Andy,
have-
red alert,
I
code
would
red.
love to have a Farmer John's right about now if somebody was listening right now.
Right about now. AD, what do you got? What do you
You know what
sipping on
Kahala
there?
said? She goes, I'm going to put a little beer fridge in your office there so you can stop asking.
Good idea.
me to bring it up. That's a way of nicely saying
Quit asking me to
do
bring
it
you a beer.
yourself, yeah.
I got a little seltzer easing into the day with a seltzer.
What kind of seltzer is that?
It's a high noon.
okay.
One of the I like the tequila seltzers. I like
Oh,
tequila.
Okay. Well, it's good
I
time.
thought it was
for
like one of those
confession.
climbing kites or nostalgia seltzers.
Oh, I already had one of those.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm going to tell everybody something, and you're going to want to hear it. Because one way or the other, you have a reaction.
Okay.
No Scott school today.
Ooh.
No Scott today.
Well,
he had to leave early for Chicago. They moved his flight up.
I mean, I'll be the one. I'm disappointed because when I'm putting together, when the MORE team is at work, I mean, we are considering all of you guys, and
right.
thinking like who will find this the most interesting or the funniest, who will have something to add to this.
Yes.
And there were some, portions of MORE where I think Scott was the one who was in mind.
He was the target. He was the target audience.
The target, if you want to put it that way, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going. I miss Scott. I wish he was here with Scott School today.
Well, you always
to be
pick
clear,
on
he
him
didn't
so
die.
much.
He just
Probably
had to leave town.
Oh, I thought he was tired of being picked on.
AD, no Scott School today. How are you doing?
Thank God. I'll be the one. I'll be the guy to say it.
Yeah, there you go.
The show's a lot better. I'm excited.
Well, see, now Chris says he was here for Scott today.
Oh, see? He's got fans. Scott's got fans. We do have, before he left, Scott sent his stupid quickie poll, which is presented by Hoodoo, the odd job marketplace. Hoodoo, Hudu.
Yeah, this one is actually kind of a thinker. Which is more salad? Is it fruit salad or potato salad?
I think we give Andy the first crack at this. Because
I feel like it's, geez, what a shame that he's not here for this legitimate stupid quickie poll. I think it's potato salad, although clearly the fruit salad is likely the only truly healthy thing that you are eating at that event.
Ooh.
Right?
But salad is vegetables.
Yeah.
right?
I think of it that way.
Okay, so fruit, not a vegetable.
See, people will be like, I love the line. What is it? It goes, intelligence is knowing that a tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is knowing that it doesn't belong in a fruit salad.
That's really good.
You can use that one if you want. That sounds like Zabel. Hey, you can use that one if you want. Yeah, that's a good one. Huh? You can use that if you want.
Go ahead. Good script. Fruit salad, potato salad. Gosh, potato salad. If somebody
said,
so much mayonnaise on it.
If you say, could I have a salad, please? And someone returns with one of those two.
Fruit salad.
Which one are you less shocked at? What?
Ooh. Less
I ordered
fruit
a salad. Yeah,
fruit salad.
I think so too.
I think
yeah,
so.
I think so too.
It's a mixture of, well, although like salad probably has some sort of mayonnaise-based dressing on it.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. Man.
Are you a fan of like the fruit salad that has like the whipped shit in there, like
no, it's awful.
The sugary whip, whatever that.
Or like Jello salad.
Yeah,
my favorite fruit salad is the same as my favorite cranberry, right out of the can. I think it's probably.
Oh, really? Like the fruit cocktail, Murph?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The syrup.
That's what we got as kids. So I think it. You know, some of that is just what I got used to. My mom wasn't whipping up any fruit salad by hand.
We ate a lot of that crap. We worked a lot of that. Yeah, you wanted factory salads too. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, how hard is it? You're just cutting up like some strawberries and some melon. Couple bananas.
Best job my mom ever had was working for GE. Till the day she died, she continued to get a pension, but they closed her factory because the only thing they made in the factory where my mom worked the overnight shift was flash bulbs. And flash bulbs.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Thank you.
They put them in her time there, and she could start to see it coming. More and more, the flash came in the camera. No longer had the cube on top or that big instrument where you would, screw in the flash bulb. So she could kind of see it coming, but she got 15 years out of that factory. But eventually, nobody needed flash bulbs anymore. It's like the equivalent now of what? Beepers, VHS tapes. What else is in that conversation?
Pagers, rotary phones, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I mean, they probably still make them somewhere, but it's some 10-year-old kid in Bangladesh that's doing the work.
Let's get some more. No Scott, but we have more.
But wait, there's more from Either Or Eatery and Patio.
You'll find them at 6222 Grand Avenue, Either Or, open until 10 o'clock tonight and tomorrow. All right. Try the Andy's carb-loaded combo.
This is on the menu?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you can tell them that. It's the, tell them that and see what happens. It's the sourdough focaccia appetizer, followed up by the Korean Philly cheesesteak. Wow. That's some good food, man. Speaking of food, they also have they have Lua beer there. I don't have Lua. I've got Confluence beer here. Finally.
I wouldn't say finally. I would say thank you. Trying to help.
Thank you. I already said that. You didn't hear me. Thank you, Kahalo. She brought it up to me. All right. Let's reach across the aisle here because this guy is absolutely deserving of it. Courtney Kinser over at KCCI is covering his last state fair this year. Courtney, you may recognize he's a photog, but he's so good that I think many, many, many people know him, and he's been at KCCI for so long. He is, I think, the most esteemed photojournalist in the history of Iowa TV news.
Oh, my goodness. Look how young he was when he started.
That's his first state fair in 1979.
Wow.
1979.
He has aged well. He's got the Janae Town thing going. He doesn't age much.
He is such. Do you know Courtney? He is such a nice guy.
Really
he is
nice.
Just a great guy. He's certainly one of the most talented photojournalists that's ever worked here in Iowa TV News. He has worked with some of the best TV news reporters in the history of the state. Mark Tauschek, Eric Hansen among them. Those guys are incredible reporters, great writers, but when they work with Courtney, those stories go to a different, or have gone to a different level.
It makes a big difference.
It makes a huge difference, and they know that. They would say that immediately. Courtney, he's a legend for his skills, his work ethic. That guy's always toting around like a backpack full of extra stuff.
Look at the size of the camera in 1979.
Yeah, he learned on that. He still carries the exact same amount of weight. His really friendly personality, and then he is best known for the amount of photography shit that he carries with him at all times. Like, it's funny to listen to the guys that have worked with him, whether it's Walters or Tauschek or any of those people. They'll talk about like the back of Courtney's SUV, his station car.
It's like an office.
Well, it's like an archive room because he never knows. He's just like, well, I might need a VHS deck. I might need a beta deck. I might need the cable that used to connect the old 3/4-inch camera to the 3/4-inch deck. I mean, Courtney carries all that stuff with him just in case.
At one time or another, he's probably used all of it.
Yeah, and he like methodically loads it and unloads it, I think, every day. He's got like a shelf system in the back of his news car. What an incredible career, Courtney. If you hear this, congratulations and kudos to two guys from your competition who have the utmost respect for you. You've had an incredible career.
Yeah, we sure do respect Courtney and appreciate. He's always kind to photojournalists from whatever station. He's
helpful.
He's just a good dude. And also, how long does he continue to work? He said final state fair, but do you know if he's working the rest of the year or?
I don't know exactly when he's going to retire. I have a feeling, knowing him enough, he'll find a way to continue to work part-time somehow.
Man, we've had a lot of talent go into other, either retire or leave for other professions in the past few years.
No doubt. The Des Moines International Airport set its all-time record for monthly passenger traffic in June of this year, according to a Facebook post by the airport. The airport's Wednesday, August 13th posting said it tallied 317,073 passenger arrivals and departures in June. That's up 6.8% from June of last year, which was the previous record holder.
Wow.
Airport spokesperson Sarah Hooger said the most recently ended month, July, is second on the all-time list, up 7.3% from last year.
Yeah, suck it, Atlanta.
Yeah, we're coming for you, Atlanta. Coming for you, Hartsfield.
Get ready.
Well, yeah. Maybe we need a new airport.
It's coming along.
A bigger terminal.
You can see it.
It takes a while. It takes a long time to build a new terminal. When did that start?
See new stuff.
When Courtney started at KCCI or something. Man, that thing's taking a long time. Now here's another list from local comedian Matt Banwart.
Top spots take a drunk piss in Ames, Iowa. Against all odds, this is my most requested city. Number 5, the Haunted Forest. Whether it be tailgating season or Halloween, these trees are always well watered. Number 4, underneath the train tracks next to Frederickson Court. This tunnel and these bushes smell like I just couldn't quite make it back to my apartment. Or maybe that's just the smell of the on-campus barn that it's next to. Number 3, the Cyride stop on Lincoln Way in Welch. There's a reason why they have all these bushes here. You missed the Midnight Express, and now you gotta go. Number 2, the bushes in the parking lot shared by SAE and Kappa Sigma. You don't have to worry about making either one of those places look worse. The houses are already bad enough the way they are. Honorable mention, the porta potty outside Tip Top during game day and the actual bathroom at Estas would have made the list had it stayed open. Also, I'm starting a comedy club in Des Moines. Link in my bio. Number 1, the weird diagonal alley on Stanton right across the street from AJ's. Somehow still nicer than most bathrooms on.
I like this guy.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
It makes me laugh. It's probably inside Iowa State stuff. We have a lot of Iowa State people probably know exactly what this dude is talking about. I like it. An English guy named Matt Barr has a 14.5-inch ding-dong that is potentially the biggest in the world. Here he is right here.
It looks like it's in his stomach.
I don't know that you're going to see him in any adult movies anytime soon. There's actually a cast of his wanger on display at a museum in Iceland.
Get a shirt that fits, man. That would help.
He says his crank is so big. He says it caused him to break his arm. But not like that. That's not how he broke his arm. He says it was blocking his view of the shower gel that was sitting on the floor of his shower. He stepped on it and he fell. And now, today's headline from The Onion. Total dipshit fans think pop-up fly ball going to be home run.
Oh, this happens a lot. Happens to announcers too.
Andrew, this didn't dawn on me. We don't have to do the Onion radio news all the time. We can just go to the Onion for their headlines and just
we
read
can
them now that we've got
we
video.
can actually use the graphics, right?
Oh my gosh, these I follow the Onion and the Bee, and they both do a pretty good job of tapping into the absurdity of life.
For the first time ever, naming rights to some Olympic venues will be sold for the 2028 Games in Los Angeles. This breaks with the long-standing traditional International Olympics Committee policy of keeping brand names off its arenas and stadiums.
Money.
Yeah, totally money. I'm almost surprised this hasn't
took this long?
already been happening. But I mean, here come the floodgates.
Yep.
Time now for a quick round of someone on Reddit.
Someone on Reddit.
Someone on Reddit asked, what's something you adopted into your lifestyle after visiting another country?
Oh, good one.
I joke with my partner that one of the most expensive parts of our trip to Japan was the bidet that we bought when we got home.
I completely get that. I mean, the bathrooms there, the toilets there, it's not just the bidet, but like when you enter the bathroom, the seat cover comes down, it immediately starts to warm up. I mean, it's like an experience. You look forward to eating too much at the state fair.
The bidet is, it is honestly, I thought there would be a bunch of bidets in Europe when I was there and in Scandinavia. That I didn't see a single one, and was honestly the thing I was looking forward to most about coming home. After my husband and I went to Denmark together, we immediately changed to 2 comforters at home. No more yanking the blankets off each other in the middle of the night. It's almost better than couples therapy. This is a good point. I hadn't thought of this. I remember this from the last time that I was in Denmark, Sweden, and Norway, and was reminded of it when I went back this time. They have, definitely, at least in the hotels, they have 2 comforters on the bed, 2 twin-size comforters side by side.
We just experienced this for the first time in Switzerland.
Oh, they have it there too?
Yeah, they do. And it was like the first night we're like, what is this? Are these twin beds? It weren't. And then I think it's kind of good. It is you don't get the cover pulled off you.
And there's no top sheet. They don't do in the top sheet. I don't like a top sheet.
It's all one thing. It's almost like a sheet comforter combo. At
There's
least
a duvet over the comforter.
Yeah,
so you get a little bit more warmth out of it.
I liked
it. I do too. I think it works really, really well. I embraced the mocha pot as my coffee method after visiting Italy. I had to look this up, and I recognized it immediately. It's a little coffee pot that kind of screws together. It's a percolator, and then you stick it on the stove. And it doesn't make a lot of coffee. Looks like it makes about 12 ounces of coffee or so at once, but I'm sure it's really good coffee. I grew up in one of those weird American families that allowed shoes inside. I did too. I
did too. I still do.
You did too? Yeah. I've moved into the to the mindset, though, that it's better to have a shoes off house.
Really?
I think it's just from being in Iowa. Kahala is a big shoes off in the house person. And we have lighter carpets that get really dirty. So, but the
I'm
person
too old.
says,
I'm not going back.
yeah. Staying a few months in Japan. You got hardwood floors, too. Those are easier when you have shoes on. I now wear slippers in my apartment and have slippers for guests, too. Spending a week in the Netherlands really pushed me into finally getting a bike. Yeah, bikes in Iowa are really just kind of recreational. I can't imagine using them for your daily transportation. You could.
Amsterdam, you better keep your head on a swivel because it is beyond anything you can imagine.
Copenhagen, Stockholm, Oslo, all those big cities. Oh, my God, you get run over, and they don't care. They will run into you. And then finally, after returning from Italy, I started using a tablecloth, lighting candles, and a little table lamp, and playing background music during a meal. It makes it feel special.
Wow.
That's a lot of work. A tablecloth. I don't think we use one maybe twice a year, the holidays.
Yeah.
That's it. Other than that, not tablecloth. My mom always had a tablecloth.
It is time to find out what's bugging you, not you.
Whoa. Wait a minute. I had one more thing. Andrew.
What is it?
Call up the picture here. We have located the state fair final boss, and here he is. He has all the elements.
Mm-hmm.
The Crocs.
Yep.
He's vaping. The "Don't Tread on Me" tattoo on his shoulder.
He's on a rascal.
Tank top and the overall shorts.
Basket full of corn dogs.
He's just spilling them all over the place.
Beard.
Yeah.
Beard.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
He is.
That's the boss.
Contest is over. Yeah. Eric in West Des Moines found him.
Yeah.
Took his picture.
He did. Hope to see him tonight.
Hey, that's your more, everybody.
All right, nicely done, Andy and the More team. All of you are appreciated, not just Andy. Too often we don't thank the whole team. Congratulations and thank you, More team.
Appreciate that.
What's Bugging You is presented by Consumer Credit.
Hi, I'm Tom Coates. If what's bugging you is your credit card debt, please call us at Consumer Credit of Des Moines. Since 1987, we've helped over 100,000 people, and we can help you.
Jason from Ohio. Been an Iowa State fan for 40 plus years. New to X and YouTube and seeing these YouTube channels and stuff. And been seeing a lot of Cyclone fans saying roll clones. Roll clones. What is that? Where are we, Alabama? Come on, guys. Let's go clones. Go state.
Hey, y'all, this is Jackson. What's bugging me this week is I was at the I-State Fair, and I went to the Snakes Alive exhibit, and I kept asking all the nice staffers there at Snakes Alive, hey, y'all, do you have any trouser snakes by chance that I could borrow? And for some reason, they looked at me so odd. So what I ended up doing is I was able to get a picture with a big old yellow boa constrictor snake wrapped around me, and I kept calling it Andy Fales. And for some reason, they made me exit the facilities immediately. Could y'all look into that and see what's going on there? You know, I was just having a good time.
All right, that Jackson keeps making appearances, AD, and he's not going to stop as long as you put him on.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, y'all.
We
Jackson.
moved Tom Coates to the point farthest away.
Yeah.
It is distance and degree.
Yeah, it's both.
Yeah.
Wow.
From Jackson.
AD, remind people, other than Jackson, how to say what's bugging you, because you can do it anytime, night or day, any day of the week.
Yeah, easy on your phone or on your computer. Speakpipe.com/Murph_Andy. Go to our social media. It's pinned there as well. You can just hit the link. But very easy. Yeah, just hit record, leave me a message, and we'll have some fun with it.
All right, time for the Andrew Downs audio drop of the day from Lake Okoboji. We call it the AD squared.
Yeah, and it is Friday, so some parental advisory is necessary. It's also brought to you by Game Day Men's Health. I had my wife give me my tee shot here in Okoboji the other day because I told Game Day when I was in there last week, hey, I'm going to be gone next week. They gave me a to-go shot, and we were able to do that here, so I was able to stay on my regiment of testosterone replacement. So I appreciate them. But yeah, Game Day Men's Health is where you want to go no matter where you are. Like I do every once in a while, guys, I was kind of checked out most of this week, but I have a little editing floor when I do these each week where, sometimes things just don't make the cut because it's too long or it just doesn't fit with the flow. So I always have a few little extra unnecessary censorship bits laying around. I put those together for this week in Iowa Unnecessary Censorship.
We took a 15-hour flight, and right in front of us, we had a guy who would not stop f***ing. Jenny finally just said in way too loud of a voice, "Who's f***ing and please stop." But it did continue.
And there's a road going right through it, so you can kind of drive through it. The bison will kind of come right up to the car. Sometimes they f*** your car.
So his point was his will be by his wife and his friends.
This is where I got upset at the police officers. They were all on the gravel road outside of the venue to the main highway, and there was 15 cops just twiddling their thumbs, waving their dicks, when they could have come and helped direct traffic or something.
110 years. They do talk about how long certain crustaceans can live. That's incredible. 100
a long run
years.
For
It is. Lorenzo made it though, and enjoying his freedom, maybe. Although now he's got to himself. Wondering where he's going to get that one in.
On vacation, no less. Thank you, AD. Appreciate that. Quickie poll results are presented by WCI Pools and Spas. We had 2 polls. We got this one and a stupid quickie poll from Hoodoo.
How much does Michigan's confirmed sign stealing taint the Wolverines' national championship? Wow, completely has made quite a rally here. It was in 3rd place at the start of the show. It's in 1st place now. 35% say it completely taints their national title. This must have gotten around to Ohio.
Yeah, maybe.
34% say it doesn't taint it at all. And 32% say some.
I wonder how much different the vote would be if Iowa had been more competitive in that Big Ten championship game that season.
It would have been different.
Yeah, I mean, if you feel like maybe a stolen sign here or there makes the difference, but when you're trucked, I don't think Hawkeye fans feel like that was the difference.
Which is more salad?
Look at that.
I like how this is worded. An exact 50-50 split between fruit salad and potato salad.
So we've learned nothing, or we've solved nothing.
No.
We're back where we started.
Yeah, it may as well have been 0-0. Yeah, I mean, if somebody says, I'm going to bring you a salad, and they return with one of those two, I'm going to judge that person.
Mm.
I mean, I really, because from that point on, I'm going to be like, does this person really know what color the sky is?
Well,
I mean, aren't you questioning that person's judgment from that point on if they bring you one of those and you say,
yes.
I want a salad?
Absolutely. But I understand that they're both called salad.
Yeah. It's just the difference between the literal interpretation and the, whatever the opposite of literal is.
Andy, this time next week, I will join you from Circa. We're going to Las Vegas.
Yeah, I thought you were going to Las Vegas.
Yeah, Circa is in Las Vegas.
Oh.
We're going there. Final. It's this my last week of.
That just dawned on me.
What?
This is our last, free Friday,
non-football
Friday.
Yeah.
This is it. This is it. This is it. We're going into we're diving in.
Well, next week,
Yeah, but next week we have a game to talk about.
Yeah, they got the game the next day.
We have a
Game
preview
the next day, but this time in 2 weeks we'll both be at work. On Friday.
But there's that, but like a Friday before, the Friday before.
Yeah, it's different.
That's when football season starts. That Friday you are talking about football. We are talking about football. We have a show. It is football from that point until February.
Which is funny because a lot of sports shows right now are like, yes, last Friday with no football game to talk about. And we're like,
shit.
I mean,
now we have
it's
to be
great,
like
but yeah,
sports people.
a little less time for dildo balls.
We will make time.
Yes. Yeah, we'll make time.
That's a guarantee. That's a Murph and Andy guarantee.
Oh, yeah. So my final week now with consecutive days off from WHO 13, I go to the split as I have for 30 years. So we're taking a 3-day weekend, going out there to Vegas. We'll watch the game from Ireland. It'll be 9 a.m. in Vegas. That'll kick off between Iowa State and Kansas State, but they'll have it on that ginormous screen there at Circa. So looking forward to that, and then we'll do happy hour maybe from outside there or something. So we'll do happy hour today too. It'd be easier to do from Iowa than Switzerland, I think.
Well, you got a better setup there down in your bar.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, this has been a fun show, fellas.
I really enjoyed it. I did miss Scott. So Scott, if you're listening, we'll see you next week. That was fun. AD, thank you. I know you're with your family on a trip or vacation, and appreciate you tapping out for a couple hours.
This was 90 minutes I really needed. I'll tell you that.
All right, good. Don't repeat some of what you've heard. Thank you for supporting local media and getting us past 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. We appreciate it. Be sure to check out the merch store at iowaeverywhere.com. I know when AD comes back, he's sending a bunch of shirts out for sharing photos of the Iowa Everywhere bus out at the State Fair and all over town. Put those on social media and tag us, and AD will send you a shirt. And if you get a chance, please like, review, and subscribe on whatever platform you found the Murph and Andy Show here on Iowa Everywhere. We're back Monday, and we hope you are too.
Murph and Andy was brought to you by Ramsey Subaru on Hickman Road in Urbandale.